sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. You probably know the Dread Father best from your time serving your fellow family members in the Dark Brotherhood. Sithis is depicted as a dark force in the universe, a force whose true significance is understood only by the select few, for his domain is that of the void itself. He is neither one of the 9 divines, nor is he one of the mysterious Daedra. His role is far more fundamental, for he is the original creator who intrinsically causes change without design. Taken from the in-game text, which bears the same name as our Dread Father, Sithis is the start of the house. Before him was nothing, but the foolish Altmer have names for and revere this nothing. That is because they are lazy slaves. Indeed, from the sermons, stasis asks merely for itself, which is nothing. Sithis sundered the nothing and mutated the parts, fashioning from them a myriad of possibilities. These ideas ebbed and flowed and faded away, and this is how it should have been. One idea, however, became jealous and did not want to die. Like the stasis, he wanted to last. This was the demon Annuiel, who made friends, and they called themselves the Aedra. They enslaved everything that Sithis had made, and created realms of everlasting imperfection. Thus are the Aedra the false gods, that is illusion. So Sithis begat Lorkhan, and sent him to destroy the universe. Lorkhan, unstable mutant. Lorkhan had found the Aedric weakness. While each rebel was, by their very nature, immeasurable, they were, through jealousy and vanity, also separate from each other. They were also unwilling to go back to the nothing of before. So while they ruled their false dominions, Lorkhan filled the void with a myriad of new ideas. These ideas were legion. Soon it seemed that Lorkhan had a dominion all his own, with slaves and everlasting imperfections, and he seemed for all the world like an Aedra. Thus did he present himself as such to the demon Annuiel and the 8 givers, as a friend. It was in this manner that Sithis orchestrated the creation of Mundus and Altamriel. Even when Aedra, like Magnus and the other Magnagae, exited that plane of existence, they punctured holes in the firmament. Through these holes, the stuff of Aetherius, Magica, is able to bleed out into the world. Even when Lorkhan, the champion of Sithis, was slain by the vengeful Aedra, it was for nothing. Death is, after all, only another sort of change. The essence remains and persists, even as it ceases to be that which it was. This is why Lorkhan, who also goes by the name Shor among the Nords, and Sep among the Yakuden, has been reborn again and again in mortal frame as a Shezarene. It is also by this mechanism that Lord Nerevar was reborn as Nerevarine, and by which you too shall be reborn. This is why his devotees act as assassins. It provides the faithful with the opportunity to be the nemesis of those whose hearts are burdened by hubris. Consider the assassination of the Emperor. What more poetic a service is there to be rendered unto Sithis? Do emperors not make slaves of our Dread Father's creations? Do emperors not strive to create realms of everlasting imperfections? Do they not sacrifice progress for stability, life for stasis? To slay an emperor is to remind the entire world of its inevitable transformation. But not every assassination can be as spectacular as the assassination of an emperor. The Dark Brotherhood must keep a low profile if it is to accomplish its tasks. It must be capable of being greeted as a friend by those whose deaths would please Sithis the most. So the assassins sell their services to ambitious lords and greedy burghers. The fools are allowed to delude themselves with visions of grandeur and control, while they find themselves maneuvered by the will of the Dread Father into the circumstances of their own undoing. For in soliciting the service of the Brotherhood, they create for themselves enemies, who will send their souls to Sithis, with or without assistance from the faithful. Now you may be tempted to think that shut away in the sanctuary, the assassin becomes a static object, disconnected from the change imposed upon the world. Nothing could be further from the truth, for the assassin must undergo his own transformation. The assassin must not cling to dialects or mannerisms. He must be fluid, able to present himself as a friend to any and all. This fluidity, this ability to take on any name and to be anyone, renders the assassin in the image of the Dread Father, the person who joined so many years ago, withers away until the ego is gone entirely, and in its place is corrupting, inexpressible action. To dedicate the self to Sithis is therefore to become the power and the total victory. It is to become the murderer who refuses to submit. It is to be the opponent, the sworn enemy, cleansed from the haze of illusion in the shining abyss of dissolution. Hail Sithis!